The ball broke the plane before it knocked loose.
So Walt Coleman with the
After
verdict.
reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The ball broke the plane at the goal line prior to coming loose. Touchdown.
So it was a touchdown for Marshawn Lynch. And that pretty much tells you the overwhelming feeling here in Atlanta. A point after to give Seattle the lead. Ryan Longwell, just brought in this week after the injury to Stephen Hauschka, has not really been a factor at all, has not attempted a field goal in the game. But now the point after from a kid who grew up rooting for the Seahawks as a kid in Seattle. And it's good. Stunned disbelief here in Atlanta. The Seahawks lead by 1.
Coming to the East Coast again for the Atlanta game, you could have understood Seattle not having the energy to finish this off. But right now, kudos to the Seattle Seahawks for emotionally fighting back and taking a 1-point lead.
Of course, Atlanta has 2 timeouts left, and here's Jaquiz Rogers. And he's out across the 15 to the 20 and up to the 25 and the 27. So 25 seconds remain. Matt Ryan has 2 timeouts left. We saw them pull off one of their great comebacks in franchise history.
Allow them to go to the middle of the field should they choose. Otherwise, you're looking at deep outside routes.
Ryan steps up, throws, and the catch is made by Harry Douglas and ends to the 48-yard line and a timeout.
And this is exactly how they came back in the Chicago game with a deep outside throw. I believe the outside throw like we just saw.
Bryant's season long is 55. Ryan caught by Gonzalez. Well within field goal range now. 1 timeout left. Ryan trying to get him to the line of scrimmage. Nope, they're going to call timeout. Leading by 20. Atlanta has the lead, get away from him. Seattle goes up by 1 with less than a minute, and now Matt Bryant will have a chance to send Atlanta to the NFC Championship game.
And top the middle of this field goal team or PAT attempts twice already. He hasn't gotten home, but he sliced through pretty good.
Josh Harris, the snapper. The holder is his punter, Matt Bosher, and timeout was called before that kick got away. Timeout was called by Pete Carroll. 13 seconds left. 49 yards away from Matt Bryant. From the right hash. Good snap. Good hold. And it is good.
This way now. We still got 8 seconds on the board. But boy, what a sequence of events for the Atlanta Falcons, for Matt Ryan, for Mike Smith, Arthur Blank, and what that will do for this franchise if they can hold on to the win.
49-yarder by Bryant. We had a lengthy visit with him the other day and talked about being cut loose by Tampa Bay. Went and played in the USL.
Play, you do what you do best. Blitz.
They've got Josh Brown on the field.
And wow.
This would be a 56-yard field goal try, would be the longest ever at Heinz Field.
He was kicking it this far in warm-ups. I've watched him. I would punt because I would play conservative.
He's going to go for it from 56 yards. Brown's kick is short. Well short. Longest field goal ever made here in a NFL game, 52 yards. And because of the miss now, excellent starting field position coming up here for Pittsburgh.
And you know, real quick, why I would punt, I would put the pressure on the Steelers offense. What are they going to do? They're going to be aggressive. You could stop them quick. You know, you could get field position.
His 54-yard try coming up here.
Wow.
His career long is 52. And again, the longest ever made here at Heinz Field, 52. Missed a 24-yarder earlier when the snap was not spot on.
Against the end that we always talk about, you got all these numbers, and this is the tough end to kick the field goals into. There is a little wind on the field, nothing great.
Again, if you miss, you're going to set up Cincinnati.
I think he's got to flush it to make it.
At the 43, so it's going to be officially 53 yards. 53 for the lead with 151. Losing kick. No good. Didn't have the distance.
You said it right. That was a big gamble. Mike Tomlin went for it.
You know, the one miss that he had before today, Sweeson, had come at Tennessee when he had missed from 54 yards. And it set up the Titans then for a short drive to win a game. On a field goal. Went out with a calf injury. The former Seattle and St. Louis field goal kicker can win it right here. 43 yards to put Cincinnati into the playoffs. Huber on the hold, and Josh Brown delivers it from 43. The kick is good.
Stay on my ass.
Well, if they hang on and win this, you look at it, Andy Dalton, A.J. Green, Geno Atkins, really they're stars. If you look at this team, they came through today. Ben Roethlisberger, trying to do what he does, was aggressive, made the mistake that in back-to-back weeks that could cost the Steelers a playoff chance.
Yeah, the interception in overtime last week by Brandon Carr of the Cowboys that led to a winning field goal.
The Cowboys don't want to be kicking from 50 yards to try and win this thing.
Now, I said before, because the 3 points didn't make a difference at the time, you want to keep the timeout in your back pocket here to kind of push this thing forward. That leads you to, you can kill the ball if you want to save the timeout and go ahead and kill the down.
So that red line will mark the spot that matches a career long, which is about where Bryant caught the ball. I would imagine they're going to have to spend that timeout. Bryant continues to bark at the officials, and I'm sure he's saying forward progress. And Romo's saying everybody get up on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're taking way too long here.
Boy, this is terrible.
Boy.
And now they're going to call a timeout and have to kick the field goal.
Goodness gracious. They had an opportunity even with the timeout. Wow. That's a missed opportunity there. They could have dirted it and saved that. Still had the timeout in their back pocket.
Now, we mentioned that Dan Bailey's career long is 51 yards. That came a year ago. He has not attempted a field goal beyond 39 yards this year. 5 out of 5. His long on the season is 39 yards. He's got a holder who missed the entire week of practice with an injury in the punter Chris Jones. Bailey in his career from 50 plus to a 4. And this will be to try and match his career long of 51. A chance to win it by Dan Bailey. So the Ravens hang on. There are 2 seconds left, and John Harbaugh is saying, oh, okay. Home winning streak, including the playoffs, will go to 15 in a row, but this has to be one of the tougher ones during the 15-game stretch.
Well, they played well on the road. I've said it a million times. We'll continue to say it. Winning on the road against a good team in the National Football League may be the most difficult thing to do in all professional sports, in my opinion. This is an outstanding Raven team, now sitting here at 5-1. So there's no shame for the Dallas Cowboys. They're going to look back on this and see several missed opportunities to have impacted this game. to have had that 3 points
Converted an
back
earlier
from the
fourth
interception.
down, and then Russell Wilson's toss to Golden Tate to give Seattle the 17-14 lead. We welcome those of you who have just joined us from the Green Bay win over the Vikings, 23-14. And I know Packer fans care about this because they started the day a game behind the Bears in the NFC North. 2 timeouts for Chicago. Cutler's going to heave it. And there's Brandon Marshall. He gets out of bounds. 9 seconds to play. Jay Cutler avoiding the rush to Brandon Marshall.
How in the world do you ever let that happen if you're Seattle on defense? They never touched him going down the field, and then he just uses that big body. He just turns around and shields off the 2 defenders, and it looks easy.
10th catch of the game. Adam Potlesh, the holder. The crowd here in Chicago will tell you whether this is good or not. For the tie. Robbie Gould is golden.
Yeah, good snap, good hold, good kick. Field held up. Robbie Gould can't blame the field conditions on anything, good or bad. That was perfect. I tell you, I'm still in shock at how Brandon Marshall ran free as deep as he got on that defense. Give some offensive line to the Bears some credit. You know, they have really protected Jay Cutler well today, as they did on that last play. That put him in field goal position.
And once again on the road, Seattle's defense, when they needed a stop, they couldn't.
A lot of guys are falling down and spending time on the ground. Can't make plays on the ground.
Russell Wilson throws. Sidney Rice. Game over. Russell Wilson to Sidney Rice. And Mike Carey saying we ruled it a touchdown on the field.
Well, Sidney Rice just got absolutely blasted. I hope he's all right. If he had that ball in his hand as he crossed the goal line, this game is over. You see it right at the top of your screen. There it is. Now as he turns to get over the goal line.
The runner was diving for the goal line, broke the plane in the end zone for a score before the ball came loose.
And it sure looked like it there that the ball was over the plane before the major right hit knocked it out. This will be the defining look right here.
And you can see the official. It's a tough call, but he steps in and has his arms up for touchdown.
Yeah, that ball's over the plane. Touchdown. This game's over.
the 10. 1 point Carolina lead, no timeouts left. Franks will let it bounce. Captain Munnerlyn is right there, and do they keep it in play? If they do, it'll be at the 1. And great hustle by the special teams, by the coverage. Of course, can't have a foot on the line if you want to keep it in play. There's Munnerlyn, 41.
It's Polaris that's going to catch it and then throw it back. We'll see if that right knee did indeed hit the...
The ball is dead at the 1 yard line. First down.
Fitchell was right there, John.
That right knee, if it's down, that would be a touchback. Ooh, that is so close. That is so close.
But what great presence of mind for Polaris.
What a tremendous punt by Nortman.
So now they're at the 1. No timeouts left. 59 seconds on the clock. Falcons down by 1. And going deep for Roddy White. And White makes the catch. Roddy White grabs it. Clock is running. No timeouts left. They're at the 40 of Carolina. Now a half a minute remaining.
No timeouts. No timeouts left.
And here's Matt Ryan. And Ryan throws it away.
And what a tremendous play by the Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan throws that ball over 60 yards in the air, and Roddy White, who's had a tremendous game. What concentration, just going out there and out-competing Nakamura for the football.
It'll be 2nd down and 10, but the big story is that where the ball is, it's at the 40 with 23 seconds to go, and that kind of was up for grabs, John.
An advantage Roddy White. You got a safety in Roddy White. Advantage Roddy White. Great throw by Matt Ryan.
2nd and 10. Pressure. And an incomplete pass and a flag. Julio Jones with Captain Munnerlyn hooking up. Field goal is 62 yards when he kicked for the Bucs against the Eagles back in 06. 19 seconds on the clock. First down. Matt Ryan loops it to who else but Gonzalez. He's the money receiver, and he has the catch, stops the clock at the 28. Now with 14. Here's Ryan, and that pass incomplete. Oh, caught. It is caught by Harry Douglas. Win it here with a 40-yard field goal with 10 seconds remaining. And a timeout called by the Panthers. That's their 3rd and final timeout.
Throw goes up and grabs it. 169 yards on the day for Roddy White. 8 catches, and the biggest one of those was right there.
59-yarder that time. So here again, no timeouts left for either team. Matt Bryant with a 40-yarder. 10 seconds to play. Falcons trying to pull it out and stay undefeated. And Bryant's kick is good.
That's money by Matt Ryan. They try to ice him. He says not so fast, right down the middle. This is why you just keep fighting in this league. You keep fighting, you keep battling, good things happen. Maybe not the prettiest of victories for the Atlanta Falcons, but it's a victory. And that guy right there, he knows that. You don't count style points, you win football games.
Griffin III, that was a nasty hit. We saw him limp off the field, and he's still not 100%. You just watch the end of it. Just watch his right leg. It's going to torque. And Haloti not. I mean, that bench, you see his knee hyperextend. I mean, he's not going to have the mobility, obviously. 100%. Doesn't have the mobility. It may, in fact, change up the way you trying to approach this final minute 23. Not as concerned about him pulling the ball down and running.
2nd and 10 from inside the 40 as Griffin goes deep. Notice caught inside the 20-yard line by Pierre Garçon. Clock is running. Redskins have the 2 timeouts left. You can see RG3 limping his way up to the huddle. 22-yard pass play.
Well, you can tell it's just even hurting him to put pressure on it, to put weight on that right knee. I mean, he is in a lot of pain.
First down at the Baltimore 16, and that snap is bobbled, and he just fires it away.
Yeah, that might be intentional grounding. Yep. Yeah, you can't. He's in the pocket there. He's thrown. He just threw that one out of the back of the end zone to avoid the sack.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 10, who was in the pocket, but there was no eligible receiver in the area. It'll be a 10-yard penalty plus a loss of down. Second down. Timeout on the field.
And as you can see, R.G. Griffin on all fours. He's been hobbling since making the return. Not able to maneuver and now being helped back to the Redskins. RG3 took a hard shot. The Washington charged with a timeout. They're down to 1 remaining, and they have a 2nd and 20 at the Baltimore 25-yard line. 45 seconds to play. What a spot for Cousins. He completes down at the 10. Quarterback who has thrown 11 times this season.
And if you get a first down, he's got to clock it.
3rd down and 5. Cousins with the pump, and he throws end zone. Touchdown, Washington! Caught by Pierre Garçon.
Now you've got to go for 2.
A touchdown pass, 13 plays, 85 yards, 4 minutes, 18 seconds. Here we go. 2-point conversion. Washington attempting to tie the game. Cousins, he will run, and he's in. The game is tied.
Playing 2-man coverage. You see the safeties. Everybody's going to run, and they turn loose the quarterback, Kirk Cousins. We think about Robert Griffin, the 3rd runner. This is a designed quarterback draw. They do a nice job getting up on the 2nd level, and Cousins finds the end zone. Wow, really, Lorenzo Alexander, Marv, has made some big plays in this game.
5th punt for Sam Cook. And this is Richard Crawford handling punts in the NFL for the first time. Looks to go sideline, has an opening. The punter, Cook, is back. Crawford cuts back the other way and is taken down inside the 25-yard line by the punter, Sam Cook. And here comes the field goal unit. Kai Forbath, who has had a terrific day, hitting from 48, from 49, and from 35. That's the attempt right now. He's 13 for 13 for the season. 9 of the 13 have gone from 43 or more. This is from 34 yards out. Redskins looking to come from behind against the Ravens. This for the win. The Redskins in overtime have defeated the Ravens 31-28.
Placement officials, like them or not, they're on top of that call. So the call is reversed. No timeout lost on the other side by Tennessee because they were right on the challenge. Look at this, a little throwback action. We've seen that before. That's Tommy Campbell. Tommy Campbell will score. You see, he caught it. That was Ray Nod, and nobody looked at Campbell on the other side.
It looks like the ram there may have pulled something or come up with a cramp because he did have an opportunity.
And for a team that hadn't scored a touchdown in the first half of the game to stop, it's not an issue. It's when it starts running again on the inside play, like right here. Ball is taken by Burner. He'll score. He ripped it out of the hands of Brandon Pettigrew.
Stripped it, both hands on the ball, and pulls it out. Pettigrew got a little cue with that. Just protect the ball and get around and go.
Alteron Burner with the play of the day.
They're playing so doggone well. What a dogfight that thing's going to be, the way these guys are playing.
Thrown inside and intercepted by Alteron Burner.
Penalty on the field here. Looks like roughing the passer.
Yep.
Roughing the passer.
Oh, yep.
On the defense. Half the distance to the goal. That'll be the first down.
And now we'll take the interception away, and the Lions will hold on to the ball. Throw inside, caught, touchdown, Johnson. 3 of them. And like you say, boy, the way this game has gone, anything can happen. There's the bounce, and there it is, and it's picked up by the Lions.
You just don't know.
You just don't know.
You just, as a coach, you just
That is
don't.
a good call. McCourty with the hit. And it's caught. It's caught by the Lions. Are you kidding me? Titus Young caught the tip.
18 seconds. They had 18 seconds to get that onside kick and get the ball into the end zone, and they did it.
Did you think about Doug Flutie when he threw it? Personal foul on an interception in the end zone that could have ended the game. Akeem Ayers tips it, and Titus Young catches the ball for a touchdown.
Boy,
This is 26 yards out. Baronis has missed 2 straight. This will not win the game for the Titans. Puts it through, and it's clean. No flags are down. 4th and inches. Quarterback does it. I don't know if he got it. He fumbled the ball.
It looked like he
went
fumbled the
backwards.
snap, yes.
Lost the helmet. That's Titans ball.
It's Titan ball. Titans win. Holy buckets. Hang a star in that one, Ron.
A crazy game. Had to end crazy. 4th and inches, and the fumbled snap does it in. The Titans get their first win of the season.